Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying this break. I know that for some of you, it's an obvious break in that you're taking holiday time. Maybe you're exercising a little, maybe you're not. For others, you're doing a little bit of the program or see it as a little bit of a pause before coming back to it. Whatever it is for you, it's an appropriate time for me to share this message, which is the power of a pause practice. Now, you might have heard this buzzword around in the context of self-care and taking time for yourself, but it's so much more than that. Taking a break has a significant amount of research. Now breaks can be in the form of maybe a couple minutes between tasks, a few seconds of taking a deep breath before you react, or a full-out pause practice where in the middle of the day, maybe around your lunch break, you take a full 20, 30 minutes like you would an exercise break, and you actually do deep breathing or something mindless, something that is for you, that no one else can touch and no one can interfere with. Sometimes pause practices are actually social and being with certain people that bring out your best self. So you remind yourself what you like to be when you're with others, and you bring that person to other people who maybe challenge you. Now, there's also this notion of taking a break in general to recalibrate, to allow the stimulated self to kind of center and come to like a more even place. And there's also these breaks on the in work-life balance of forced vacation or forced mental health days, a full day to do nothing or do something that signifies a break or a vacation for you. And the research behind that is if you take a break, a forced break or a chosen break, it actually boosts your performance because you're not in overdrive. Now, if you think of a hamster wheel and a hamster running, never stopping, and then being asked to run a marathon or do another hamster wheel, their performance level will be pretty consistent, pretty static, right? The same thing. Now, if they took a break in between, recharged, maybe hydrated, ate some good food, did some deep breathing, and got back on, their performance is going to be that much better because it's a new starting point and a different end point. So you kind of have to see the same metaphor, and there are many other metaphors I can share, but I think you get the point. And it's a very simple, concept. Sometimes the most simplified messages are the deepest ones because we often, being as fast as we are, and as we search for complex meaning, we're always looking for our life's purpose, all this. That's the most important. And so taking a break is good for you. Another thing that comes out of taking a break is you have refreshed creativity. So if you allow yourself adequate sleep and a reset, you can look at the world with different eyes. I know for myself, and this is a great example, I am my best self when I've had that 8 hours of sleep, that I did that workout for myself, and then I did all the tasks. Now, I know you're probably saying to yourself, that's such a luxury, right? We don't always have access to that. We do have to do our, whatever your work day looks like, but we have to do it, right? And we have to fill all the tasks. And work can mean many different things, by the way. I believe mothers and, wives and friends, and we have a lot of jobs to do, right? Like actual abstract jobs or, formal jobs, but they're all work. And we all know we have to get them done. And there are only 24 hours in a day. And there are just so many days in a year, and we can't build out time. But we can be more productive by organizing our time and carving out these breaks and understanding when we need a pause. So that brings me to my next point, which is how do we identify the red flags, the warning signs, when that break is a mandatory step, when you feel disoriented, when you feel unnecessarily stressed, when you feel like you can't stay on top of your breath. And if you're maybe not a person who has a likelihood to feel stress or anxiety or tension in your muscles or your mind, those are warning signs. Now, the next question really is how are we really attuned to our body? Sometimes we're just moving so fast that we don't realize we're actually calm until we're sitting down. So for people who are not so connected to their body and aware of those red flags, those warning signs, then that's where you employ somebody else in your life to say, when you see me with my shoulders up to my ears, me kind of formulating sentences in a fast-paced, broken way, I don't appear to be using my best judgment, my most conscious mind, that's an invitation to tell me to slow down. Breaks, to take good care of me, to be more mindful, to set and allocate time to do things. So I see it as incremental. Another thing you want to think about is sometimes my pause practice is 1 minute a day. And then when I start to see things overflowing, then I say once or twice a month, that's when I do a special me day. Now, me day, I'll just share it with you, as maybe it could be a seed planting. A me day is something like, I love to go into New York City, go to one of my favorite restaurants, whether it's with friends or by myself. Believe it or not, you are your best friend. It's good to take that time and to be confident in yourself to do it. Or with friends, and then go to a yoga class, maybe not in that order. Maybe go to a museum or some fun shopping. I say to a lot of the people that I coach, make a list of your favorite things and put it in a hierarchical, right? Some things like traveling to a distant island, you maybe can't get that done as one of your pause practice, one of your, activities that can save you or make you feel better. But in the interest of boosting your performance in your day-to-day tasks and to give you a better quality of life, to reduce those stress levels, which we know equate to long-term health issues, to manage that anxiety, which cause us rather to make poor decisions, force pause practice and force days for yourself, hours for yourself, moments for yourself, whether it's through an alarm, through having somebody hold you accountable, or to assign the same time every day. I have a client who, on the new month, the Rosh Chodesh, if you are Jewish, she makes it a practice because it's, oftentimes assigned as like a female celebratory time where women can take a pause. So on Rosh Chodesh, she has this custom, and you could do it on the first of the month. You could do it whenever it resonates with you or when it's realistic, to literally just take some time to do something really special for herself on that day. Once a month. It doesn't necessarily need to be assigned to a major price tag. And that's the beauty of a pause practice. It could be closing yourself off in the favorite room in your house, meeting up with that special friend that you always want to get together with, but just don't make the time. Own it. Own your pause practice, and you'll start to see these natural reactions like calmer sense of self, understanding, what your triggers are, resetting, recharging, recalibrating, and re-immersing yourself in your day-to-day tasks with vigor, with new creativity, new levels of productivity, higher performance levels in your workplace, whatever that work is. So I hope that this generalized message and ways to achieve it, although it may be a little redundant to other messages around stress management, identifying tension in your body, I hope it gives you a practical how-to bring it into your life. Thank you so much for listening, and I can't wait to keep exercising with you all.